spaces down, we had the camper that we have lovingly now referred to as Anger Management Andy. Good morning, kids. Welcome to Testa Winery. It's good things about Testa Winery. The parking area is huge. So if you have a big rig, it will be very, very easy to park it in here. It's close to Ukiah, California, where there's a Walmart. We went there last night and kind of refreshed some stuff. There's a Costco. There's basically all the stuff you need. Downsides, it was hot yesterday when we got here. We weren't expecting it to be that hot once we got into Northern California, but it was in the high 80s. And I know Testa Vineyards can do nothing about that. The other downside is where the parking is right next to a road that is fairly busy. All right, so today is a 4.5 hour, 5 hour drive up to Crescent City. So I have got to get this thing packed up, get the slides pulled in, get it hooked up, and then we're on the road. We'll see you in Crescent City, where we're gonna go play in the Redwoods for a bit. One last thing, quick pro tip. If you have a rig that has a 50 amp power cord, if you have a 50 amp power cord, you know how much of a pain in the ass these things can be to roll up, especially when they're cold and they're not pliable. So what I've done is I just laid ours out in the sun while I was running around getting a couple of pictures, and then while I was eating breakfast. And now it'll be nice and warm and pliable and so much easier to wrap up, which I have to go do right now. Good morning, kids. Welcome to Crescent City, California, home of top knots, neck beards, and all the marijuana you can smoke.
It's also home of the California Redwoods.
It is. It is the gateway to the California Redwoods, which, by the way, if you ever wanted to feel small in your life, just come to the Redwoods. These trees are freaking enormous.
But I have to say,
yeah?
There's something bitching about pulling your home through the Redwoods.
There is.
It was just magical.
Yeah, it kind of was. You were singing the No Mobile song. You Gen
Comment
Xers.
below if you get that.
The Gen Xers, you'll get the No Mobile song. So what's on the agenda for today?
I think we're going to head up into the Redwood Forest, National Redwood Forest.
Yeah, we're talking about going to a place called, is it Mystery Tree or Tree of Mystery? We drove by it on the way in, and as we drove by, they have a giant Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. So if you see something like that,
you got it.
My God, you got to stop, right? So we're going to stop and check that out. But we went on to Bring Fido, which is a wonderful app for finding dog-friendly stuff in all these different towns. And they said that Mystery Tree was amazingly dog-friendly. Like there's a tram that goes up to the top, and even that is dog-friendly. Because a lot of like the state parks, national parks, a lot of the trails are not dog friendly, but this one is. What did she find, a buried snack in there? Oh, she found a Funyun. All right, so there's that. There was also a beach we wanted to go by.
Beach to take the dog, because the beaches out here are not like San Diego beaches.
Oh, no.
They're stunning.
Yeah.
Even this KOA, which is the Crescent City / Redwood KOA, it's small, but just even sitting here looking at the trees, and I walked through the park yesterday, and it was like the tree stumps will blow you away. I mean, just huge.
And then, of course, we're going to find a brewery. There's a couple of breweries here in Crescent City. We're going to head to one of them, and after we dig the hole, we'll put the beer in. One positive this morning, I'm going to say this quietly because they're still packing up. 2 spaces down, we had the camper that we have lovingly now referred to as Anger Management Andy. And Anger Management Andy really needs some anger management because all he's been doing is running around and yelling at his children. He's packing up this morning.
Who, by the way, yelling screams back right at him.
Yeah, and then the kids yell back at him, and then he yells at the kids. And it's feral children and Anger Management Andy. But they are loading up. Gracie's trying to yell back at him, I think. They're loading up this morning. They're leaving. Yay! That means the campground's gonna get quieter. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go adventure. Behind us is the Tree of Brotherhood. It is 19 feet in diameter at the bottom, and it's said about 300 feet tall.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
This is just crazy, the size of these trees.
They make you feel very small.
Yeah. Also, you know, some of these trees, as we're walking through, they have, you know, lists of how old some of them are. There's trees in here that sprouted basically 1,000 years before Christ was born, like 3,000-year-old trees in here. This is just absolutely insane. Thoughts?
I'm loving it. I've always wanted to come to the Redwoods, and here I am.
So to give you an idea how big around this tree is, keep backing up, Tony Town. Okay, so that's us with the tree behind us. And I'm gonna kind of fly past us and show you how tall this thing is. That's absolutely crazy. I get dizzy just looking up at it. You want me to follow you?
No, stand right there and just film me walking around. That'll give you perspective of how big this tree is.
All right, go.
Ready? It's just so big.
Okay, so next stop is a gondola ride. Gracie's never been on a gondola ride before. It'll be interesting to see how she handles it.
Up there too, so keep the camera on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys have a great time up there. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, here we go, Gracie. You ready? You ready, ma'am? Here we go. Woo! She doesn't know what to think of this. That's a ways down. Oh, they stop us at the highest point.
No.
Don't stop us at the highest point. I'm not a fan of high points.
Why is it going so slow? I'm slightly scared. Oh, now we're really speeding up.
Now we're cooking with gas. So we made it to the top. You're supposed to be able to see the ocean from here. We can just barely see it because there's a lot of onshore flow, a lot of just fog hanging right on the coast. Everything's so green. Being from San Diego, we don't have green like this down in San Diego. Just absolutely gorgeous. Trees of Mystery is located right on Highway 101 in Klamath, California. Admission is $25 for adults and $13 for kids, and it's 100% dog friendly. We headed up the coast to Port Orford, Oregon, where we had lunch at The Dive. Tony had a grilled ham and cheese with bacon. I enjoyed a maple bacon and peanut butter burger. You know how I like peanut butter. The Dive was a lovely dog-friendly spot. I've noticed something about the coast of Oregon. So in San Diego, it's like the land has just peacefully given way to the ocean. It peacefully slides off into sand and ocean. In Oregon, the coast is aggressively trying to hold on to the coast. It's like there's fingers jutting up out of the water to try and hold back the ocean. It's like the coast doesn't want to give up the land. All right, so I just want to take a moment to talk about a bloody lovely afternoon and one of the reasons why we do this. What was our afternoon like, Tony? What did we do?
We drove up the Oregon coast. And the views were just, it's indescribable. Just trees and ocean with white caps and big rocks and big splashes of waves. And
so that was the landscape that we saw. The other thing that we did was we stumbled into Arch Rock Brewing. We thought we were going to walk in, have a beer or two, and then head out. We wound up there for what, 2.5 hours? So we wound up there for about 2.5 hours talking to an amazing couple by the name of Aaron and JB. JB's one of those guys that I am so glad are in this world. He's a doctor. He works in the pediatric ICU. And having done projects in the past for Children's Hospital, I know what kind of heartbreak that entails. So JB, good on you, brother. I am glad there are people like you in this world. And Erin, his wife, is also a nurse. That's how they met. That is one of the amazing things about this lifestyle, is the people that you just randomly meet in a brewery in a small town in Oregon, or a small town anywhere in this country. Would you agree?
Yeah, they have we call it the adventure van. You know, we got to talking about just traveling and yeah.
So again, we said that one of the things that we were going to highlight this season was the positive aspects of this full-time RV life. Today, that was one of the positive aspects.
Spending a nice afternoon with them, with the gentleman working there at the brewery, Todd, and just talking. Yeah. Talking to people that live a different lifestyle than you.
All right, so there you go. That's your positive aspect of the full-time RV lifestyle for this week. The ability to meet a bunch of wonderful people.
Awesome. Do you see what I'm looking at?
I know. We're parked looking out at the Oregon coast, and it's bloody amazing.
Stunning.